So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure today is an important event. It's the launch of the Nairobi County Action Plan in preventing and countering about extremism. But you also agree with me, the work has just started. I'm sure the work is at the grassroots, where young people, communities, leaders will take this mantle and run with it. And the people who are here, our job is clearly cut out. It's not to take the document and stay with it and cascade it upwards. Our job is to take it and cascade it downwards.
Mombasa, Kilifi, Kwale, and Nyeri, who have come up with a similar event to launch a plan, their county action plan. From our assessment, I think we are the 7th county. We were just trying to look at which other counties have done an official launch. And I think other than the very previous historical county action plans, Nairobi is almost the 7th. And I think this is a good sign for us. And because we are the capital city as well of the Great Republic of Kenya, why not do it?
So that's why we are very happy to be part of this program and to invest in this program. We've been particularly working around Kibra sub-county, Kamkunji sub-county, particularly around Isili, particularly Kamkunji sub-county, and also Garissa township, and Hulugo, which is much closer to Somali border. And so as we do this, as we seek to empower them, as we seek to give them life opportunities, one of the things we also try to do is to give them a vision, both for themselves and a purpose for themselves, for their sub-county, for their county, and for the nation. So we are very happy to participate and contribute in a small way towards the development of this plan. I think we've all been very much involved, and Kevin, thank you so much for leading us. We've all been very much involved in participating and wanting to make sure that this is completed, so that as we begin with Nairobi and other counties already, some of them have launched these county action plans, we can also make sure that pretty much all the counties in the country already have the action plans, and we can all participate, and particularly making sure that the youth are the center of not just understanding what's in this plan, but they are the center of implementation. Because, for us, our program, the youth we train, we call them SEALs, like the Navy SEALs. Because we believe that we want to create a generation of young people that will be at the center of transformation for this nation, that are warriors, that believe that if we have to change this country, they have to be the ones who are change begins.
I'm proud of Kevin and the work that he continues to do. He was a very young man when I first met him. Like most men, largely confused, energetic, but purposeful to make this country better. So I'm happy to be part of this process and to be here this morning. I myself was born in Nairobi, born in Kibra, and a lot of the people who I grew up with, largely a lot of my friends, childhood friends, are still in Kibra. The dilemma of young people born in the city, and mostly in the informal settlements, is that they are almost gripped in that system, and they do not have hope to break out of it. And where there is no hope, then they are bound to become vulnerable to, the exigencies, such as which we are talking about here this morning.
My name is Assistant Superintendent Boniface Otieno, representing Nairobi Metropolitan Services. Nairobi Metropolitan Services was born or came to being in March of 2020, that is this year. Nairobi Metropolitan Services works very closely and hand in hand with the county government, the Nairobi City County Government, and the national government. So I will take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this lunch, the lunch and key stakeholders meeting, Nairobi County Action Plan to prevent prevent and counter violent extremism. I've heard that the Nairobi City County Government has been a member. It is only we, the Nairobi Metropolitan Services, who are now joining the committee. So we will proudly join the committee, we will proudly join the discussions, and moving forward, we want to be part of this engagement. As I've been saying, Nairobi has got several informal settlements. And these informal settlements, we have a lot of youths, employed informally, unemployed, and a lot of things. So, Nairobi Metropolitan would wish to be part of this discussion so that we can see what we do to our youths, what we do to our young men who are residents or who are in these informal settlements.
Every other time we have had an attack in Nairobi, it has happened within the Westlands area. But as we know, security is a collective responsibility of all of us. We must do everything, however small, to make sure that all of us are living in a safe environment. As a member of parliament, mine is to give you tips, your security, to deal with these extremists. Secondly, I'm also a member of the security team because as a people's representative, I participate in activities that enhance security in our neighborhood. When I was campaigning for the first time, I used a slogan as "Know your neighbor." Who is your neighbor? Because these extremists, sometimes these are our children, these are our neighbors, these are our brothers, and these are people even working in your house. They'll be collecting information without you knowing. So if you know each other very well, if this person is involved in anything, you should know exactly where he comes from, know his identity properly, and then you can deal with it. And sometimes we invite strangers in our neighborhood, and we have no idea where they have come from. And this is a security risk for all of us.
As mentioned, my name is Sarah Gibbons. I work for Mercy Corps, and Mercy Corps is implementing the CREATE program. CREATE stands for Collective Resilience Against Extremism. The CREATE program is funded by the UK government and the government of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And it's a regional program, working in 5 countries across this region, working with governments, with communities, with civil society, to promote security and stability through the prevention of violent extremism. So we've had the opportunity to contribute to this important meeting through our partnership with County Government's Watch and our work also with NCTC. So CREATE really is designed to build off existing efforts and to strengthen existing PCBE capacities. And these national policies and strategies and subnational frameworks are really important mechanisms for us to engage with, to inform our implementation and our support, to create and encourage coordination. And Kenya really is exemplary across the region in these efforts. And many of the neighbours in this region have much to learn from Kenya's efforts today in creating not only this national strategy that we heard about, but all of these subnational action plans. And it really is a demonstration of Kenya's recognition of the importance of this whole society approach to PCBE that isn't just about the state, but is about everybody who lives in this country.
Good morning, friends. It's a real privilege to be here this morning. And I'd really like to congratulate each and every one of you, and to thank each and every one of you for your part in this. It's such an important topic. I particularly want to recognise the National Government and the CAS, Nairobi County Government, the legislature, members of civil society, our international partners. I think I particularly want to thank our colleagues from the security forces, whether it's the police, the military. You guys are on the front line. We know that's the sharp end, but also all the civil society partners who are really working to make this country and this county safe. I want to say 4 things, and the first one is probably the most important, but if you'll forgive me the other 3. The first one is, as the UK, and I'm sure I speak for my colleague from the Netherlands, we're with you. We know how much terrorism causes pain and death and damage, and we know that's happened here in Westlands. We know we just passed the anniversary of Westgate. We know about Dusit. We lost some of our partners in Dusit. Many of you would have lost friends. We know the pain that terrorism can cause, because it also happens in our country. From Glasgow, Manchester, London, across the country, we feel that pain. And really, the most important message is that we're here in solidarity, and we're here to share lessons with you, because this is a global challenge, and we can all learn from each other.
I wish to take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest. We would not have had another choice for our chief guest other than the CAS Interior, His Excellency Hussein Dado, who has a wealth of experience in matters of security. For those of you who do not know, Hussein Dado has served as a district commissioner at DO for very, very many years, and I'm really happy to have him with us here. So, sir, please welcome. Please let's be upstanding and introduce and welcome our chief guest with a clap.
Honorable Tim Wanyonyi, Member for Parliament for Westlands, the Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps present, Mr. Njendo Amiri, and all the hand in this, and also from Counterterrorism Centre, our County Commissioner, and DCCs present, Nairobi County Government representatives, Nairobi Metropolitan representative, our very important members of the civil society who are with us, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know whether we learned this from the British or with a Kenyan, all protocols observed. It's not all over the world you get this, but it's very common here. That tells you we don't want to offend anybody, but please feel recognized if I didn't mention you or your organization. Distinguished guests, I am here today to talk about terrorism. I'm glad which our government and our country takes very seriously because of what has happened to us. One of our speakers mentioned that Kenya is ahead in this war, or in the strategy to fight counter-violent extremism, and that is true because I think we were one of the first countries to come up with a strategy paper on counter-violent extremism, if you can recall. And that has helped us a lot. It has reduced a lot of bad things that could have happened to us. I'm glad to be with you today on this important occasion. As you all know, the threat of terrorism is both globally and regionally has evolved over the years, with terrorists and terror groups becoming more sophisticated and their targets keep on changing and increasing. You will find that they are motivated by different factors. Let's take this group that disturbs us, Al-Shabaab. In Somalia, their agenda is simply political. They kill anybody, indiscriminately, whatever religion. When they come to Kenya, they select. They pretend to be not killing Muslims and killing members of other faiths. Why? to turn a brother against each other. What they have not known is the resilience we have, and as a society, they have always brought the best in us when they target us.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we wish to invite the Chief Administrative Secretary to the launching booth, joined by, of course, the Deputy High Commissioner, and then Embassy of Netherlands, Sarah, the County Commissioner. I can see the Chairman of Persons with Disability, Mr. Mshir, is also here. And then this is where it is happening. We started by saying, tell your neighbor it is happening. Tell your neighbor it is happening. So, Mheshimiwa, we just want to have you come close. Sarah, please. Be seated. Bridget, okay. Also come. Of course, the CEF should be close here. I haven't seen Sami Gadia. Rosemary, Lucy, Mr. Njenga, najua bila wewe sasa hata hii kitu. Irene ako wapi ni wetu, Steve Uma, you have the confetti. So we have the scissors. Mheshimiwa, kuna makasi hapa. So you will be saying that you launch it as you cut.
With this,
then we will have the confetti. And as we pull it, and then you cut. Yes, sir.
with these few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, with these few remarks, I declare Nairobi County Action Plan on countering violent extremism officially launched.
Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, we want to give a gift to our chief guest. Something that looks nice, which we hope that he will like, even when he is in his office or in his house. So Edna, do we declare the cost? How much? What is the source? Yeah, Madam County Commissioner, sometimes we are called to these embassies and we are told if you are coming with a gift, declare. Which donor supported it? Where did you get it from? What is it? Lakini hii ni kitu rahisi tu. If we can move faster, tutakuwa mzuri. So this is called a magic mark. Just do it here. If you pour in hot water, it changes color. It's black. Oh yeah. Madam County Commissioner, you can join us as well. The sanitized food. Then we'll give you this to read what is written over there. Can you see the X changing color? So we have the logo of the county action plan. Then if you can read what is written on this other side.
Nairobi County Action Plan for Prevention of to prevent and counter violent extremism. The black cap has now come to life. Let us implement it.
Thank you. So in brief, Nairobi County Action Plan to prevent and counter violent extremism is now launched. Let us implement it. Asante, tumpigie chief guest makofi.